Britney Spears. A journey through fame, struggles, and freedom. Born in Macomb, Mississippi, but raised in Kentwood, Louisiana, Britney Jean Spears was destined to make her mark on the world. While Kentwood was a quiet, small town where everyone knew each other, it was the perfect backdrop for a young girl with big dreams. Her family wasn't rich, but they were filled with love and a passion for the arts. Britney's mother, Lynn, played a significant role in nurturing her daughter's early interest in performance, enrolling her in dance classes and supporting her when she would sing along to songs on the radio. From the very start, it was clear that Britney was no ordinary child. At only 5 years old, she began performing in local talent shows and quickly became known for her magnetic presence. People would stop to watch her as she danced, sang, and charmed audiences with her undeniable talent. Even at such a young age, there was a sense that the world was waiting for her. Lynn, recognizing Britney's potential, enrolled her in gymnastics, tap, ballet, and jazz classes. But it wasn't just about dance. Britney's passion for music was undeniable. At age 8, she sang at the local church, and her small-town performance was enough to impress the local community. The stars aligned when she was 8 years old and auditioned for the Mickey Mouse Club in New York, though she didn't make the cut. However, this rejection didn't deter her. Instead, it made her even more determined to achieve her dream. Britney's persistence paid off in 1992 when she was called back to audition for the Mickey Mouse Club in a second-chance offer, and this time, she was chosen. She was just 11 years old when she moved to New York, where she joined a cast of future superstars, including Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, and J.C. Chasez. The Mickey Mouse Club was the perfect platform for Britney to showcase her talent, and she quickly became known for her bright personality, impressive voice, and charismatic stage presence. Her time there set the foundation for what was to come. As Britney's time on the Mickey Mouse Club came to an end, she didn't fade into obscurity. Instead, she used the platform to springboard into her next big opportunity. After the Mickey Mouse Club ended in 1994, Britney returned to Louisiana, but the world of entertainment was never far from her mind. She started attending auditions and, at just 15 years old, moved back to New York, determined to chase her dream of becoming a pop star. By 1997, Britney signed with Jive Records, and she began recording her debut album. She released her first single, Baby One More Time, in 1998, and the rest was history. The song hit the airwaves like an unstoppable force, and the music video, which featured a now iconic schoolgirl outfit, became an instant cultural phenomenon. But it wasn't just the song that captured the world's attention. Britney's voice, her charm, and her ability to connect with people of all ages set her apart from others in the industry. The song was a record breaker, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and staying there for an impressive 32 weeks. The album of the same name, Baby One More Time, sold over 25 million copies worldwide, establishing Britney as a global superstar at just 16 years old. She quickly became the face of teen pop, capturing the hearts of millions of fans who admired her relatability, fresh sound, and infectious energy. As Britney's stardom grew, so did the expectations. With the release of her sophomore album, Oops, I Did It Again, in 2000, Britney solidified her place in pop history. The album debuted at number 1 and became one of the best-selling albums of all time, with over 20 million copies sold worldwide. The title track, which became an instant classic, was accompanied by a groundbreaking music video. This album established Britney as more than just a pop sensation. She was a pop icon, an entire movement unto herself. The early 2000s saw Britney at the pinnacle of her career. She headlined tours that sold out arenas across the globe, making her one of the highest-earning entertainers of the time. Her performances were high energy, her choreography mesmerizing, and her voice a testament to her talent. Her appearance at the 2001 MTV Video Music Awards, where she kissed Madonna, made headlines and proved Britney's power to influence pop culture. For many, that moment symbolized the wild and rebellious energy of Britney's era, while also showcasing her growing confidence and power as a pop figure. Britney was unstoppable. She became a household name and a style icon, gracing magazine covers and appearing in commercials. Her image evolved along with her music, and by 2001, she was no longer just a teen pop star, she was a cultural juggernaut. The Oops, I Did It Again tour was a spectacle, and fans across the world eagerly anticipated each performance. Her music and influence began to shape a generation. But, as her fame grew, so did the pressures that came with it. Despite the success, the pressure of constant scrutiny began to take its toll on Britney. The media, once enamored with her, began to turn on her. Every move, every outfit, every relationship was under a microscope. Her whirlwind romance and marriage to childhood friend Jason Allen Alexander, which lasted only 55 hours, was just the beginning of a series of public struggles. In 2004, Britney's relationship with Kevin Federline garnered media attention, and the scrutiny surrounding her personal life became relentless. Soon, her private life was no longer her own. It was no longer about the music, it was about the spectacle. By 2007, the pressure of balancing fame, motherhood, and personal life led to an emotional breakdown. The year was filled with chaotic headlines. Britney was seen partying late into the night, her behavior was erratic, and she made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Then came the infamous moment, Britney shaving her head in a Beverly Hills salon. For many, that image became symbolic of her unraveling. The media narrative of Britney as out of control was fueled by paparazzi photographers who followed her everywhere, and she quickly became a tragic figure in the eyes of the public. But beneath the chaos, there was a woman who was struggling to maintain control of her own life, who had been under the spotlight for most of her existence. The collapse of Britney's mental health and her increasing isolation was difficult to watch, and yet, the world continued to watch with a mixture of fascination and judgment. In 2008, Britney was placed under a conservatorship, a legal arrangement that granted her father, Britney Spears, control over her personal and financial decisions. While the conservatorship was presented as a way to protect Britney, it also meant that Britney's life was no longer entirely her own. For the next 13 years, her every move was controlled. Despite her immense success, her personal freedoms were restricted, and she became trapped in a legal and emotional battle that was largely out of her control. During these years, Britney's fans grew more concerned, and the hashtag Free Britney movement gained momentum. Fans and supporters around the world rallied for her release, calling for the conservatorship to be ended. They believed that Britney had been held under these constraints for too long, and the world was finally starting to listen. In 2019, after years of being unable to speak publicly about the conservatorship, Britney was allowed to appear in court. The moment was powerful, as she shared her story with the world. For the first time in years, Britney spoke out, revealing the pain and frustrations she had been dealing with in private. Her testimony was emotional and heartfelt, and it shook the public to its core. Fans around the world rallied behind her, and the movement gained serious traction. After years of legal battles, the courts finally sided with Britney in 2021. The conservatorship was terminated, and for the first time in over a decade, Britney was free. She celebrated her newfound freedom, expressing her joy on social media and showing the world a glimpse of the woman who had been hidden for so long. Britney has found a new sense of peace. Her engagement to Sam Asghari, her longtime partner, has given her the stability and happiness she's longed for. She's rediscovered the joy of life, reconnecting with herself and her passions. The woman who once seemed trapped by the constraints of fame and the weight of her struggles is now embracing a new, healthier chapter. Although Britney's journey has been filled with ups and downs, it's clear that she is more than just the tabloid figure the world once saw. She is a survivor, a woman who fought for her freedom and found it. Her resilience has inspired millions, and her story serves as a reminder that, no matter how difficult the journey, one can always rise again.